It takes a steady hand on the tiller to stay the course when the waves are lashing all around. And your shipmates are growing restless and hungry. The captain has landed in treacherous waters. Subsidy. The high cost of living. Insecurity.
Did you watch that thing? Please, can you go back and watch it again? Who in God's heaven decided this was a good idea and then somebody else approved it and it went out? 2 years, you have nothing to show. You are commissioning 4% road completion that you destroyed so much to get it. This is the height of desperation. If there's anything, Tinubu is desperate, Tinubu is scared, Tinubu is afraid.
I am here to show you that the 30 kilometers they claim that they have done.
Highway already has 30 kilometers completed. Nearly 20 kilometers from Victoria Island eastward towards Lekki Corridor, and nearly 10 kilometers from Eleko heading westward.
20 kilometers they said from VI to Eleko Corridor. The remaining 10 kilometers they said from Eleko inward. Gentlemen and ladies, I am at chainage 41.230 kilometers. The claim that they have completed 10 kilometers from Eleko into this place is not true. Today is 3rd of June. You can come in tomorrow, 4th of June, come and do your own. And by the way, did they just do the commissioning in order to give us that impression and everybody disappears? Because I can't even see the paver again. Have they stopped work? So in case you are thinking, oh, they have done 30 kilometers, I want to drive from VI, I want to go to Eleko. They are not together. They are disjointed like different pieces. Some kilometers there, some kilometers here. That's what they did. You are coming from Eleko. You just reach this point. Chaka.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Saturday launched 30 kilometers of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. My brethren in the Lord, I am here to tell you that according to research, where say people make koro with their 2 eyes, the measurement of the completed part of the road no reach 30 kilometers. That's one. And then they do the thing half and half and half. That's 2. And 3, Nigerians, they para for inside one promo or advert where say the media people of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu put up for inside Arise television, showing Oga Presido as the pilot of Nigeria and how he used the sail the sea, I mean the ship where he say they carry 250 million Nigerians. Even though say some sharks them the cost of land for inside water, sharks of insecurity, sharks of inflation, sharks of everything. The only thing we miss for inside the shark na corruption. It be like say we need to follow fight corruption for inside this country. And they come, let's just go and face the crux of this matter, how it takes start. Because this matter starts yesterday evening when Ibi say Governor Chibuike Amaechi hold an interview with Arise Television. So, former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi get an interview for inside Prime Show for Arise Television yesterday with Charles Aniagolo. For inside the show, we say get interview, he gets a lot of things. He say he talk. First of all, clear the air about the fact say some people they talk saying that they make him governor. Perhaps they talk about Wike where they say, oh, you ran away to Ghana and then Wike I help you stand strong. Will come make you become governor. And he can't clarify that point. He said, no, nobody make a governor. The only person will give him the opportunity is God, and then Peter Obi and his wife. So say no matter what Peter Obi and his wife do, say they go don't do things where they pain and well, what make them use turn back on them or talk bad on them. But say because saying they try to remember, say these people, God used them to use promote me. Say because of that, you know, go fit talk bad against them. Now this interview now, I bring waiting on more cat talk where they cause wahala like this, and then from there go from sail this ship where they say we won't say like this they go. So as in talk for inside the interview, he said quite a lot of things in the interview. He talked about he cleared that contact say well for unlike Wike when they agree say anybody help him. Say because Wike now he make himself local government chairman. Wike now make himself chief of staff when he be to Amaechi then. Wike now make himself minister. Wike now make himself governor. So nobody help him because he doesn't acknowledge anybody for helping him. Say they make him look like saying hard work. Now he make him all these things. Then he lambast because in fact say you know one put smart for small children talk. Say all these things that small children talk. Say make him may they just go straight ask him about him birthday. You know one talk small children talk at all. Then he also mentioned one critical thing in terms of the coalition. He talk say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they used the apparatus of government to undo the opposition. Say because if to say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu na good luck Jonathan for 2015, say there is no way APC for win election. Guess what? Then talk say Mahmoud Yakubu say he no agree register political parties. Now make you talk about not be me because I go show you evidence. He said Mahmoud Yakubu no agree register political parties. Say no matter how you clear, get all your facts right, get all your documentation. Say Mahmoud Yakubu no agree register you. Touch on the incompetence of this government. Income talk, say for instance, say instead of building about 33 trillion naira Lagos Calabar coastal highway, why not repair the east-west road which still lead to the same Calabar? For years, the east-west road they bad. And this one, now it triggered the spokesperson of the APC, Oga Felix Morka, as he be say, answer him this morning. As Amaechi appear for Arise in the evening, him appear for Arise in the morning.
The current chairman of INEC, if he was the chairman of INEC in 2015, would not have won.
That's an important point.
May God bless Jega.
It's a very interesting point.
Because the ground rules were clear. The current chairman of INEC can only be compared to you. When we are to register APC, Jega opened the door and once to comply with the registration requirement, he got APC registered. The current man, if like comply with all this, he will not register you. Already INEC is biased, working by the grace of God, by the grace of Dr. Peter Obi and the people of Nigeria, River State. And if you don't care about their name, you don't care about their character. I wonder whether they don't think their children should be ashamed of themselves. I don't want to join issues with children. He made himself chief of staff, he made himself governor, he made himself minister, he made himself local government. Thank God. Then I thank Dr. Peter Obi for the role he played in my life, him and his wife. And I continue to say to people and to my wife and my children that I will never go against them, no matter what they do to me. Have they done a lot to me? They have done so many things that you will want to scream. But then you have to hold back yourself and say to yourself, God used this man. Dr. Obi and his wife, if they had said no, if he wasn't there, God used him. So you must respect God by respecting Nigeria as a country today. We can't have electoral reform. In a country like Nigeria. There's a state capture using the electoral institution as a machine. Because where there is no electoral reform, then it has to be a man of conscience. Already he's stopping parties from being registered. So already INEC has taken sides. The most important thing is that the Electoral Act allows you to register a political party. Just because one man said, what is funny about the current government is that they don't even obey laws, they don't obey the constitution.
So are they stopping you from registering the party?
Of course, they're not allowing the opposition to register political parties. As they are stealing money, they don't know that the more they stole the money from the people, the more they impoverish the people. That's when they are weaponizing poverty. I didn't like the way the Igbos were being treated at a particular point in time. In protest against that treatment against the Igbos, I began to wear, what's it called? The tiger hair.
Traditional
clothes with a red cap. In protest, asking Nigeria to address their problem. Again, I made it public that I'm an Igbo man. In protest.
So you don't hear waiting Oga Chibike Amaechi talk for inside this interview. Make we can inside waiting Oga Moka answer him this morning. Because Oga Moka answer and give him. Remember say this Oga Amaechi response. A lot of things lead to him from the outburst of a backlash where we say people give concerning in birthday celebration and the topic where they use, where they say weaponizing poverty to, a lot of things now lead to this interview where we say he gets. But then Oga Moka can answer and will be the spokesperson of the APC. Make we go here within the spokesperson of the APC talk.
Now this president in 2 years has done more than all of the presidents before him in the direction of reordering our priorities, tackling some of the most acerbic challenges, faced by the economy of our country. He has decided that, it's not about just, looking for cheap popularity, but willing to do the tough things that may momentarily seem unpopular, but are decidedly crucial to the long-term good health of our country's economy. So all of the hue and cry by members of the opposition, whether it's Rotimi Amaechi or former Vice President Atiku Abubakar or former Kaduna Governor Malam El-Rufai, don't begin to cut it. The president is focused on dealing with matters that guarantee the long-term, health of our country. Now, you see, what is funny is that all of these voices put together don't even begin to speak to what they think this president should be doing different from what he's doing. Not one of them has come forward with any kind of, informed prescription of what the president should be doing, because they know, in their hearts, outside of just politicking, that the president is doing exactly what any right-thinking president would do. They know that. This morning, just earlier, a couple of hours ago, I had an appearance this morning at 7 a.m. on Channels TV, side by side with Mr. Yunus Atanko. A question was put to him to say, look, in all of your criticism of this president, what exactly would your principal, have done differently? He was very short in his answer. I won't go about saying what he said. But the point I'm making is that it's not enough. When I ask you, Dr. Bati, what's your name? And you tell me I'm not Felix Morka. That is not an answer to the question. Tell me your name is Dr. Bati, that we know. Telling me you're not Felix Morka is not an offer of information about who you are. Now, when these characters in the opposition decide that all they have to offer Nigerians as an alternative is to condemn, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his policies, and they think that that's sufficient to sway these nearly 300 million Nigerians who are smart and discerning, that this president has not done well, you see, I think they need to go back to the table and think more clearly. As far as we're concerned, this president, whether it's the 30-kilometer launch that you referenced, why not? When have we ever, as a country, embarked on a project that critical and that ambitious to build a coastal highway, round, through from Lagos all the way to Calabar? We haven't had that. We have had the Lagos Expressway, and we know, being just the single, artery of, road infrastructure that links, the southwest to the southeast, we know the pressure and the burden that has imposed on, transportation of goods and services. We have a president that is saying, look, time has come to do something drastically different, to set Nigeria straight and position this country for growth and sustainable progress. By embarking on that, even if it's 1 kilometer that was, launched, it is, again, an acknowledgement of progress. And there's nothing wrong, Dr. Bati, with acknowledging progress. Nobody is saying that the 700-kilometer road has been fully built. 30 kilometers is a step along that way. And, inch by inch, kilometer by kilometer, with time, one day, you and I, hopefully, I look forward to a day when we both go to some of those, beautiful carnivals in Calabar, and you and I, Dr. Abati, will be in a vehicle cruising down on that road. Beyond politics and beyond this whole, drama of the opposition, we must, again, celebrate some of these milestones.
Yeah, I beg no vex. Is it true or is it correct that nobody we don't oppose this government don't ever come out with the true facts or with at least something to talk, say, okay, if we do this one better like this? Because I know, say, I don't remember some people we be say they don't talk, and they don't also show, say, this is an example of waiting government for fit do right. Considering waiting Oga Morka talk, say, people where they criticize the government, they need to criticize constructively, they need to come with solutions and all that, or suggestions of waiting government fit do better. Excuse me. The shadow government where be say part to me one form. Not be because of say it won't bring possible solutions and waiting make it reform the shadow government. The shadow government are just like a copy government. A government where be say they go get their different ministers and cabinet. They know the government, so they know the power. We don't explain this thing for here before when it be say the Oga DGs even explain them. Okay, Oga Commissioner of Police. Now you be Commissioner of Police now for inside the shadow government. Anything what Oga better could do, you do the way I talk, just right on waiting you for do differently from waiting Oga better could do. So that because person way they in for power, they don't know everything. Nobody be repository of knowledge. So make it be said and they show them that way, like that, e.g. for example. But now DSS is clamping down on that shadow government. So how else do you criticize or critique constructively to let government know that what they're doing, it's not good, and this may be like the way they for doing well? If it be said that they clamp down on shadow government, wouldn't be the best way now where person for fit use criticize government? For inside a promo and advert where it be say the federal government of Nigeria, I want to believe that, of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu media handlers, put up for inside Arise television. It don't get people talking. Watch this advert very, very well. I won't play it to you. Open your eyes very well, because this is a very beautiful work of art. It may be fictional, but it interprets it happen for Nigeria in the eyes of our president and his handlers. And it did very well written and articulated. In fact, they even use a twist of Oyibo voice, even voice themselves, so that the thing goes sweet. Well, I can imagine the amount of money was spent in this production because animated, they show up. So they show Oga Presido as person will be seen as the captain of the ship. We carry 250 million Nigerians. They sail us to the land of glory.
The wheel. The sea was snarling, the sky torn open, and the ship was drifting without purpose or power. No map could help, but he steered anyway, straight into the storm. It takes a steady hand on the tiller to stay the course when the waves are lashing all around. And your shipmates are growing restless and hungry. The captain has landed in treacherous waters. Giant sharks are circling all around. Inflation. Subsidy. The high cost of living. Insecurity. No captain can command a sea, but he can choose where to sail, what to risk, and what to save. There's no safe harbor anymore. No going back. No lifeboats. Just 250 million passengers, hoping for renewal and a better future. Watch special reports on the first 2 years of the Tinubu presidency across the Arise News channel.
Did you watch that thing? Please, can you go back and watch it again? Because I've watched this thing. I first of all heard someone say something that, what a terrible idea that they did something that, when they said that they did like a pirate ship and Tinubu was aboard it, it was the ones that, it's criminality, now that's what they are going to be thinking about. For me to literally see this thing, I've been like in shock, as in, who in God's heaven decided this was a good idea and then somebody else approved it and it went out? You know, when they say that the spirit of error has located somebody, I think it has firmly gotten a grasp of what do you call him, Tinubu, and all the things that he's doing is all over the place. But by the way, did you notice something that was very curious? You know, amongst all those sharks that were shown insecurity, blah blah blah, there was no corruption. Somebody said the corruption is the one steering the ship, so you cannot have the corruption out there. So people are asking, where is the shark of corruption? And some of the comments are just crazy. You know, 2 years, you have nothing to show. You are commissioning 4% road completion that you destroyed so much to get it.
I said, take all the estate, but give me 3 acres out of 11 acres. And they are not giving me. Madam, and that was all my husband worked for. Madam, all our estates gone. 3 estates gone because of some lawbreakers. What are your technical reasons of avoiding the gazetted route?
We can't go by the coastline for overriding public interest.
Now you're coming to tell us that, oh, they've reached a certain place, this thing that has been done, it cannot go. When they were asking them, have they done all the things that they're supposed to do to ensure to get that certificate that gives them the go ahead to do this thing? Dave Umahi was telling us that, sister, me, I know they here for ne. I grew up for village.
You mentioned the ESIA is currently being carried out by...
Sister, I was raised in the village. Me, I know they here for ne.
Well, sorry,
so try to speak.
I can't help the way I speak. You mentioned that the ESIA was being carried out at the moment. The EIA Act of 1992.
I need interpreter.
Well, you have enough people next to you. The EIA Act of 1992 states that an EIA must be approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before the commencement of any project.
No,
unless an exemption has been given.
It's not done so. There is preliminary approval. There is final approval.
Has an exemption been given? And if so, if you have the preliminary approval...
Exemption of what?
For the project to start without the final approval. If you have the preliminary approval, can this be shared?
We are following due process.
So can we have a copy of the
preliminary approval? It is federal government that gives the approval. It's not you.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
We have the approval.
And you can make that public to the media?
Everything in order.
Okay, thank you.
Sister. No, not brother. Not the sister. It's just crazy, all the things, you know. You know when they say failure has enveloped you left, right, and center, I think that's just where this whole thing is. This is the height of desperation. If there's anything, Tinubu is desperate, Tinubu is scared, Tinubu is afraid. I've said that before, from the things that he's doing, from all the support he's garnering. You saw where they went to. He went to what do you call it now? Where he went to commission the road. You saw the number of governors that he packed in, brought there in, ministers, whatever. 4% road completion. And by the way, did you notice that the governor, what his name, Sanwo-Olu, was not even allowed to come from? They just put him I feel like saying that one day in own trouble. Where they there, sharp. I wanted to say they should be acting skit. I realize that even skits, man, need professionalism. It needs competence. Otherwise, it won't. It's just a whole level of craziness to say that the whole affairs of Nigeria is in this hand and people are just going about their business, focusing on looking for people to donate money to do this, to do that. Hey. Okay. One of the things I think they tend to forget is that governance and governance and propaganda, they are not the same. You might use propaganda during campaign, but you cannot use propaganda to govern the people. You cannot tell them that, the hunger that they are feeling is not hunger. Because A, B, C, D, this person is doing that person, but they are feeling the hunger. And there's little or none that you can say that takes away from the fact that this hunger that they are feeling